So now we're going to look at typecasting, and the first version of typecasting that we're going to look at is converting a boolean into a string. And if we recall that we've got these native data types, these 4 native data types in Python, which is an integer, which is just a plain number, a float, which is a floating point number, which is an integer with decimal places added to the end of it, so the normal type of number that we look at, a string, which is just either a single character, a word, or an entire sentence, and finally a boolean, which is of type true or false, which is of value true or false, so that's a boolean. And finally, like the last data type is a none type, which is none of the above effectively. And when we go down to the typecasting part, the first thing that we're going to look at, which is the boolean to a string, we can create a boolean. We'll assign, we'll create a boolean. We'll use the letter, the variable v, the variable b, to be the boolean, and we will assign it the value of true. We could assign it the value of false, just remembering that either way that the first letter of booleans are capitalized. So b for boolean is true. And then we can create a string, and here we've just created a string saying, is it sunny outside? We've put a question mark over here, and then we've added an extra space. And the reason we've added an extra space is that if this was going to work, if this block of code was going to work, then we would want a space between is it sunny outside and the value of true. So let's put our question mark in there. And when we come to print this, I'll comment out everything else at this point in time. When we come to print this statements above, so what we're trying to do is get this result, and the result is going to be a concatenation, which is a plus sign here, and concatenations usually work between 2 strings. So if we had a string, if we had a second string, so stu equals another string, we could easily join up the strings with a plus sign. So we could do something like s plus u, and we could run this, and when we do run this, we'd get the concatenation, or the joining of the strings below. Is it sunny outside? And then we got another string, which is the summation of the 2 strings. But we're not going to do this now. We're going to try and do, is this sunny outside? And instead of concatenating or joining up the what was the value of u, we're now going to join up this boolean. So is it sunny outside? And we're expecting to get back a true for that. And when we run this piece of code, we scroll down and we get this error message, and this is a type error, and it says it can only concatenate string, not a boolean, to a string. So we can only join a string to a string. We cannot join a boolean to a string, which would be a problem because we might want to join a boolean to a string. So the question is, what can we do? And Python offers this. It offers something called typecasting. We can do str, and this is the typecast of string. And in fact, if we hover over this, it says here, create a new string object from the given object. So whatever object is inside these brackets or parentheses, these 2 yellow parentheses, is going to be converted into a string, which is then allowable, and that's effectively going to convert this true into the string of true, just like that, which would then look like a string concatenation. So if I do Control Z, when we run this, if we scroll down below, we now see is it sunny outside, and we get the value of true. So that all works. We were able to typecast, we were able to turn a boolean into a string.